homemade resizing lubricant, right now on Pirate Firearms and Reloading. Okay, with everything becoming really hard to get at the moment, I thought I'd cover something really simple. It's making your own case lube for resizing at home. A few simple ingredients. The first one is isopropyl alcohol. This is 99%. The higher percentage you get, the better off you are. This is the carrier for the lubricant. And the idea of using isopropyl alcohol is it flashes off very quickly or it evaporates. If you're using only like a 70% like rubbing alcohol, like a medical grade stuff, the problem with that is that remaining 30% is water. And you don't really want the water on your cases. If you're a little bit anal about your brass, then the water will tarnish the brass and also it'll just take longer to evaporate. So that's the isopropyl alcohol. I happen to get 4 litres pretty cheap. It's more than I need, but hey, I've got it. Right, the other thing you're going to want is lanolin oil. You don't want the beauty grade or the medical grade stuff. You just want pure lanolin oil, and you want the runny stuff. You can actually get pure lanolin like this in like a paste or a wax. You don't want that stuff. That's unfiltered. It's basically grease. Cool thing about living in New Zealand, heaps of sheep, plenty of lanolin. So lanolin oil, raw, no additives, no nothing. Obviously a funnel and a bottle. You can't really get plastic bottles anymore, so I've got a glass one, near enough. And I'm going to do a 9-to-1 mix, so 1 part lanolin, 9 parts alcohol. Now I've seen 8-to-1 out there and I've seen 10-to-1 out there, so to be honest, I've kind of split the difference. Now this has worked pretty well for me in the past. I've mainly used it on straight wall cases, but I've now seen on the 6.5 guys that they have used it for obviously doing 6.5 Creedmoor and other bottleneck cases, and it seems to go okay. So I'm going to give it a try on a few more cases, but I thought I'll show you real quick how I make it. So I'm going to add the lanolin first, basically to wash the funnel out with the alcohol. Just hopefully make the cleanup process a little bit better. Now, if you've ever used lanolin before, it goes everywhere, so be prepared. Just let it settle. It is quite thick. The other thing I've seen people do is actually heat it up, and that's near enough. Now, this is not 100% a science. You can fine tune this as well. Right, so now I'm going to get the isopropyl alcohol and hope not to make a mess everywhere. Try not to breathe it in either. Right, let's see. Burning the cuts in my hands. Yep, and so I just got a little bit on my hands here. You can see it's nice and shiny, and in my cuts, and you'll find that will, with a little bit of air movement, will evaporate off very, very quickly, and that's what we want. So basically the alcohol, like I said, is the carrier. It dilutes and makes the lanolin sprayable. Really good way to clean your funnels out too. Right, put our magic little squiddy device on. Now you want to give it a real good mix up. So the other thing I've seen people do is apply a bit of warmth to this while they mix it. It's reasonably warm here in my garage today, probably about 24 degrees Celsius, so it's not too bad. And you want to just make sure it comes off the bottom. You might be able to see that sort of weird spider web colouring on the bottom of the bottle there. Okay, so after about a minute or two of mixing, it's nice and even. Right, sorry, nice little yellowy colour. Right, so that's all nicely mixed. Now you can leave that almost indefinitely. Lanolin, being a natural oil, won't break down. Obviously isopropyl alcohol won't break down as well. As long as that vessel is airtight, the alcohol is not going to evaporate away. Now if you find there's a little bit of resistance when you're running the brass through the dye, you can always add more lanolin. I would encourage you to go a little bit shy on the lanolin to start with if you're worried about your mix, because it's easier to add more lanolin and change the ratio than try and dilute it down with more alcohol. So how do you apply the lube? Well, there's a couple ways. You could spray a roller pad and do it that way, or there's this, the old Ziploc bag. So anything sort of about this size or A4, just depends on how many cases you want to do. And if you keep reusing the same bag, the inside of the bag will also get a little bit of a coating on it. So all you do, drop your brass in, a couple of squirts on the inside, give it a good mix around. It shouldn't really look that shiny. If you're getting it pooling like in the corner of the bags, you've used too much. Give it a good shake around, open the bag and walk away for 10 minutes. Go and set up your press, go and get your powder and set up your powder meshes and all that. And by that time, all the alcohol will have flashed off, leaving a very thin coat of the lanolin behind. So I'll try and put some links down below of all the things you're going to need, but in a world where we're struggling to get reloading supplies, this may be your stopgap measure. It may even be your permanent answer. Now if you've ever bought that Dillon lube, what you'll find is that is lanolin and alcohol. Obviously that's their proprietary formula and they're not going to tell you if there's anything else in it, but basically it's a lanolin based lube. So there you go folks, nice simple one. Hopefully save some money or just keep reloading because you have that. As you can see, this is a 100ml bottle or 3.38 ounces. So as you can see, I've barely even touched the bottle. So I've got a lot of case lube to make out of this one tiny little bottle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I release new videos every Friday, so hit that notifications bell so you don't miss out on anything. See you in the next one.